So for my persuasive speech topic, I chose replacing textbooks with basic literature. My thesis for this would be schools should scrap textbooks as being the traditional way of giving lessons. In their place, schools should be using trade books, which are pleasure reading books, anything that you would read like in leisure time. The support that I have for this so far is that our education system is failing and it needs to be fixed. Out of the 27 first world countries, the US only ranks 22nd for its education. So clearly we're not doing something wrong and we need to fix that, whether it's because of the money that's being given to the schools not being enough or just outdated methods for teaching. Something needs to change. A possible fix for this would be getting rid of textbooks and replacing them with these trade books. According to my children's literature textbooks, 75 to 90% of classroom lessons are delivered through textbooks, which may be the reason that our students aren't thriving as much as we would like them to be. Reasons for this is that they're boring. Nobody wants to read a textbook. It's not fun. It's not interesting. You're not going to pay as much attention. They're also not in as much detail as like a fun book that you could read about Vikings if they're into Vikings and if that's the lesson at hand. It would get more detail. It could still give names, dates, historically accurate events. So this is something that we could use instead of a textbook that would still give as much lesson. Another way that we can fix that is by allowing the students to choose like one out of like 5 books, read that book with a group of other students, and then they can create a project or some kind of way of communicating what they learned to the rest of their class so they can have a well-rounded education on that topic without having to read like all 5 books or an entire textbook on just like the Civil War. Textbooks are also super expensive, and you have to buy at least one for every student, plus the backups in case one gets lost or broken. Whereas if you just buy these books that you can get from like used bookstores or Barnes and Noble, which are places that usually have discounts for schools, educators, and teachers, you only need to buy at least like three to 5 for this one book, and then kids can share it, and you can just dedicate, like I said, those groups to reading that one book to make it a little bit cheaper on the school, save them a little bit of money, and you can direct that somewhere else. It'll also create more motivation for the students. They actually want to learn what this is. It's fun. You can make like pop culture references, anything that they like. So that's my speech so far.